Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about why I disabled my comments and why I have been doing this for some time. A number of people have written me and asked me about this, or stated they were upset about it, or whatever, it irritated them, exasperated them, or what have you, that don't have my comments enabled. Well, I did a video on this, I believe it was in 2015, um, and I explained this, but I understand 7 years have gone by or so, and a lot of people aren't aware that that video was done. And I'm going to make an update, and this is the updated version now for 2022, as to why I've disabled comments, and a lot of it's going to be reiterating what I stated in the previous video, and there may be some other things that we'll incorporate in this one as well. But anyway, well, the main, first off, the primary reason why I disabled the comments is because I needed a life outside of astrology. I mean, it's between the videos that I'm creating and the comments, having to deal with them, it was just taking up a lot of time. And there were some days in which it was taking me up to 2.5 hours to actually to respond to all the comments. Some people will tell me, well, you don't have to answer all the comments, but I feel like I need to. I mean, if there's something that really out of line and I don't want to respond to it, I may delete it. But generally speaking, I mean, would answer practically all the comments that would be sent to me, and it was just very time consuming. The whole thing. I mean, I like to help others, but at the same time, I got to do things for myself, and as many of you may know, I don't have a significant other, so sometimes we just gotta love ourselves. We can't get it from other people. So that's really as far as the primary reason as to why I did that. And also naturally you're going to get some inflammatory, derogatory remarks every now and then. I know it comes with the territory, but those things, asinine comments, to have to deal with that, on top of the other stuff I have to deal with during my life, and it just that is another reason. I remember way back before I even before naturally this was during the days when I actually had the comments enabled. Somebody had asked me something like, what does powerful and intense mean? What do those vocabulary words mean? And when they heard me, that's something that could have easily been Googled, and a number of astrological questions that were written to me could have been Googled as well. I do understand, though, in a number of those instances, I think people just wanted they wanted to know my perspective on those questions, how I would answer them. They may have known generally uh, what certain questions, what the answers were, but they wanted to hear what I had to say about it and my take on it. And I respect and understand that. And this is, I mean, it's not something that I'm doing, to be malicious or to upset people. People got to understand there's a lot worse things somebody can do than disable comments on their videos. I mean, look at the positive side. You're still getting free, which I would consider quality YouTube astrology videos, and I do them very consistently. I try to put something up every day. There were times when I missed some days, and a lot of that was attributed to even the days that I missed the videos. A lot of it was attributed to the fact that I wasn't aware that you can pre-schedule the videos. I did not know that at the time, and that's why a lot of I had some days that I missed. I'm not sure when the pre-scheduling actually existed, though, but I believe in a lot of the instances I had the potential to actually have those videos already there on the days that I didn't have them uploaded, and I wasn't aware of the pre-scheduling thing. But now, I'm aware of it. So it'd be hard to miss any days now if I'm doing some ahead of time, which is what I'm currently doing. And just to state, I'm just trying to see if there's anything else I would add as to why I had disabled the comments on it. It was just mainly because of the time constraints, and it just was taking up too much time during the day to do. People have to understand, yeah, things aren't as easy for me as they are for a lot of other people. My chores, my errands take a little longer than most others because I don't drive. Some of you may know I have irrevocable nerve damage to my arms that prohibits me from operating, a motor vehicle, and it's things I use, the transit authority system. I use public, transportation in order to get myself around, and things are just a little bit, they're not going to be as quick and easy for me in contrast to other people on average. So really, those are the main reasons why the comments had been disabled. And just the thing about this is too, there's something I want to talk about as well, and I'm doing this video on this. There's also now, there's not a lot of motivation or incentive to actually enable the comments. I'm going to tell you why. I understand there's more to doing videos than just getting viewership. I want people to learn and assimilate information pertaining to astrology. But the interesting thing about this is, and some of you may have noticed something, where the video, I've been doing this for over 10 years. I had my 10-year anniversary on September 26th of this year of 2022, and the monthly viewership has actually diminished from 4 years ago. I peaked around that time. Some of you may remember when I did that video on the disappearance of Molly Tibbetts. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but you can confirm, look that up on the internet. I had around 108, 110,000 views per month I was averaging. And instead of the monthly viewership ascending, it's been declining. I had right now, currently, I'm at around 46, 47,000 views per month. Now, not to be indignant or ungrateful or unappreciative of what I'm getting. That's a lot. Some people don't even get that during their lifetime. 46, 47,000 total views on their channel during the whole time of their channel that is up on YouTube. So, but the thing about it is, you have to be fair. It's not being arrogant. I believe this is just about just being honest and frank about this. You're doing videos for 10 years, and I see them as quality astrology videos. And some of you could look and check on this to verify my the recent videos I'm doing. Some of you may have seen them. They're the sun moon combination videos, and a lot of them, maybe even most of them, aren't even at 100 views on each one. You think about it. I think one could state that there should actually be closer to 1,000 views on each one, considering I've been doing this for 10 years. I understand, I'm not flamboyant. I don't have, it's a very conservative style I do. I have, many of you may know I have a Taurus ascendant, and I have Saturn conjunct the ascendant. And I don't really plan on changing my style anytime, if ever, in the near future. That's just the way it is. And I know, maybe it's to my detriment. I guess it could be. I'm not, a lot of, the people, it just would be, to me, as far as the viewership goes. I know, again, there's more to live. There's more to this than just the viewership. However, if something got to a point where I was getting, something got to a point where I was getting very, where the viewership was diminishing to where the views per videos were very minuscule, I'd have to wonder if I could even justify or rationalize doing the videos. Because you do have to have a certain amount going in views in order to justify a channel, because if you're hardly getting anything, then you gotta wonder, well, is it even worth the effort in making the videos? And it's not about having big exorbitant, numbers, but at the same time, you gotta have a certain amount of viewership in order to justify a channel. Hold on a moment, people. Some of you out there may think, well, Edwin, why don't you just enable the comments, and that might, enhance or increase your viewership. It could marginally, but back in 2018, when I had peaked at that, I was telling you about before, around whatever it was 108, 110,000 views per month. That was, that was at my peak, and I wasn't even, I didn't even have the comments enabled then. Now, I might have had more viewership if I had the comments enabled on top of those views, but I really don't believe it would increase it, that much, maybe marginally. And some people had asked, well, advised me to do the monthly horoscope videos, and I tried that, and it hardly made. I don't even think it made any difference, if any. I basically, and people got to remember, when you do the monthly horoscope videos, okay, those are only relevant for that month. So they're not videos that are going to be seen continually over and over again. Let's say, I did a video, for the zodiac signs for October of this year 2022, and let's say you get 120, I get 120 views on average for each one during that month. There's no purpose in anybody looking at them after that, because they're only relevant for that month. Aries October 2022 horoscope forecast is only valid for that month. Some people may want to backtrack and see if something may fit them. They might look at it in November, but most of the views will come during that month that the video is pertaining to. And I think what it is too is what I understand, and going back to viewership again, is that I never really had, some YouTube astrologers will, they'll make a video or two, and it'll be like that, I guess you call it, like that signature video, which seems to propel them the rest of the way. And I'll elaborate on that. What it is some, you'll have some, YouTube astrologers go out there, they'll make a video, and it'll be a sensation, and it'll get this astronomical amount of views. And what happens is people see that video, and then they have the incentive and impetus to watch the other views from him or her after that, and that causes, that increases their popularity, and people are still gonna, watch their videos. It might, other videos may not be as good as that, the one that they had that got them that notoriety and recognition. But I'm sure, they're quality videos. They're still going to be, more people are going to still be watching them because they were impressed by that one or two videos that made that person, that garnered all that, popularity and recognition for that particular person, whether it be male or female. And that, and I never really, I never really had what you would call that marquee moment, that signature video. That's something that was going to, lack of better words, put me on that map, so to speak. Okay, I've gotten certain, notoriety and recognition, and I'm grateful for that. I know that, I've had some videos that have really gotten, prodigious amount of views. I had that, the strongest zodiac sign video. It accumulated a number of views, although that was over the the whole duration it's been up. It wasn't something that became like an instant sensation once it came out. There's some people that will make those videos, and for whatever reason they're able to get that. They get a lot of those views right off the bat, that first 24 hours that it's up, and kudos to them that they're able to do that. No, I'm not saying anything bad about that. That is awesome, and that they can do that. But the point I'm making is I never really had that. So everything with me, most of it has been more of a methodical, process. It's been, so, that Taurus, rising, that slow, steady progress. So, and I mean, I understand that, and, I am grateful. I can't be indignant, and, like I said, it's more than just about, the viewership anyway. It's, the main thing is, again, that I want to get the information out there. I want people to assimilate the information and become learned in astrology with Edwin Learnard, and that's really the main thing. But at the same time, as I stated before, you have to have a certain amount of viewership in order to justify the channel. So that's another thing. But the other thing is, again, going back to my disabling the comments, is just it's the fact that I have to have some kind of life outside of astrology. People will be asking for questions pertaining to their chart, and they want free, it's like this free astrological insight and information, and it's not really something I should have to do. I do answer some people's questions from time to time. They write me, and on occasion I will answer and give them an answer what it is. If it's something that's not, doesn't require, extensive analysis, and it's a fairly quick, thing to look at and interpret or, delineate, what have you. But anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.